So to go further on this topic of Occupy Wall Street, we can look to the Constitution of the United States, which states in the preamble, one of the things it states is to promote the general welfare. One could posit that our government has failed to live up to its responsibility to do this. So we have Occupy Wall Street, and we have the U.S. government, which going back 100 years, I saw a cartoon the other day that showed the different trusts standing at the back of Congress as basically the rulers of Congress. And there's, of course, talk on all of your Sunday talk shows and in political discussions about how much benefit the few, the 1%, Wall Street, corporations, get from the people that we've elected to represent all of us. Once again, the first law of the universe, it's always about the money. Sure, people that have an ambition to represent their fellow men in a particular district or a state, and have that ambition to get elected to Congress or to, as a representative or senator, or in the executive branch, know that there's a necessity that they have some funds in order to wage a campaign, etc. And so naturally they're going to gravitate to where the money is. So in that thought, let's talk about the third branch of government for a moment, whose responsibility is to be sure that the other two branches of government are following the laws that were created by, I think, very brilliant men going back to the beginning of our country, and to be sure that those laws were being followed. I wasn't sure when the United D.C. ruling came down from the Supreme Court what the implications were at first, but I have understood something, and my opinion is that corporations are not people, and therefore should not have the rights of a person. And I'll explain why, or I'll suggest the reason why I think they don't. We talked a few minutes ago about how people know right from wrong. Corporations do not know right from wrong. A corporation, or as it was told me in business school, the only reason that you're in business is to make money. If you're in it for any other reason, it's a hobby. So what we all have inside of us, the ability to know right from wrong, and hopefully most of us will do the right thing most of the time. Sometimes we won't, but most of the time. A corporation doesn't have the motivation to do the right thing. It doesn't know right from wrong. A corporation's existence is to make money. And we have perfected that pretty well in the United States, at least, and in a couple of other places too. We've got that down to a science. So regarding United DC, should a corporation have a voice in who is elected in the United States? And the simple answer is no. Because it appears to conflict directly with the preamble of the Constitution, which in itself is not a law, but it states the purpose of the Constitution of the United States: to establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare. That a corporation has no motive to do any of these things. A corporation's motive is to benefit itself. So I feel that the Supreme Court erred in that decision. And I'm sure that I'll be the first to admit that there are legions of people that are smarter than I am. But it makes sense. And I don't think it's that complicated. And I think most of the people occupying Wall Street in Washington, D.C., and San Francisco, L.A., Seattle, and all of the places around the United States where people are protesting, is they understand this.